First of all, it's a lot of work. Okay. I don't know if that was sarcasm,
look.
but it is
Understandable that it is a considerable amount of work for a woman to keep herself attractive and in shape, etc. But you got to understand that the amount of work that a woman takes to be attractive is not nearly the same amount of work required for a man to be attractive. Doesn't even come close.
I mean, okay. But I do also
with that?
no, I don't disagree with it, but I do feel like men
Russia
are genetically
disagrees with. I see her.
I do feel like men are genetically wired to like want to go after things. So I think it's easier for men to work harder. Not easier, but I think men are genetically more inclined to like for work. Like they like work. Not like, but you know. Do you get what I'm saying?
Well,
Men have a natural proclivity to work harder than women. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm saying that men are more naturally.
Yes, you're saying that.
That's basically what I'm
Let me
saying.
say it right
That's
now.
That's basically what I'm saying.
That's what you basically said.
That's basically what I'm saying.
Shows on
But I'm not
Nigeria.
saying that women don't work hard. I'm just saying like women are. It's more natural for women to be nurturers.
Yeah,
it's more. Yeah,
that's true.
Okay, you were trying to say something?
well, it's a turn on for me when a guy is honest with me. If he lies to me,
Pero
it's a turn off for me. But another thing,
But you have to
if
like
you're
him
a
first for him
woman-
to be honest with you.
if
Right?
you're a woman,
Hold on. But you have to like him first to be honest with you?
yeah, I like him when he's his real self with me. You know, when I can feel that he's being real.
But you have to be attracted to him for you to care about him being honest, right?
I think the attraction comes when I get to know the person, really. You know, I start to feel love
but you have
after
to
like
him first. Is my
months.
point.
Yeah,
Because if you liked any guy that's being honest with you,
Like,
you would
he's
like the homeless guy that
outside
says, "Give me $1.
means
I
nothing.
need to go get a beer."
like his outside means nothing. When you get to know like his inside, like his heart, that's a turn on.
so you don't care
for
how
me.
he looks?
Not really.
So you fuck anything?
Stop the cap.
No, but no say like
Pero
no one really is ugly, you know. It's how the people is inside.
make you feel.
No. It's how the person is inside that makes them ugly. You know what I mean?
You mean like how they are as a person?
How they treat other people and things like that. If they treat like a server bad, that's a turn off.
So if the homeless man was nice to the server, you'd still date the homeless man?
I don't want to date a homeless.
Why not?
Because it's
Why
a
not?
bad person. Because it's a bad person. He treats bad his family. That's
No,
why
but
he's homeless.
No, if he's homeless because he
No.
was a veteran and boom, he's disabled, all this and that, and that's why he's homeless. But he's nice to everybody else. He's the sweetest man alive.
So you're telling me I could be ugly as hell, but
You
you're
are.
good. You're gonna smash.
So you smash the homeless man.
No, not like that. No.
You were trying to saying something. before? Wanna say
Yeah.
something?
So when you
Sure.
were saying that men need to work more than women to get a woman to like them, I think
Yes,
that's
my
like
stance
forcing.
is just so it's clear. Men have to work significantly harder to have mating options than women do.
So I think that's like forcing a connection. What's for you is for you. If a girl is for you, you're not gonna have to work like very hard to get with her. Like just stop forcing Also, if you're gonna cheat on the girl, then you don't really like her. When you find somebody who inspires you, who is like the perfect person for you, you're not gonna want to cheat on them. So I feel like in the first place that connection was forced, whether because you thought that woman was beautiful or because she just didn't really like you. You couldn't get her, so you worked very hard. So now it's a forced connection. So now you're gonna cheat on her. You're gonna treat her like shit. Just stop forcing things.
So you're saying guys should just be themselves?
Yeah.
What makes an ugly
Yeah,
person for
really.
you? Like an ugly
Hold on,
person
stop.
for
You
me.
so you think
It's
a guy
like-
should just be himself?
100%.
What makes you say that?
Because sooner or later I'm gonna get to know you as a person, and if you're putting up a front, and we don't end up connecting because you put up a front, what was the point of all of that?
Okay.
Yeah,
Let me ask
like-
you a question. It's a Saturday night. Okay. Let's go into a dream scenario. It's a Saturday night in Miami. Drake, Lil Wayne, and a bunch of other top tier artists are going to be appearing at Club Live in Miami Beach, right? You want to get in. But what I'm telling you is you cannot wear makeup, heels, a nice dress. You have to go there in sweatpants, no makeup, gym gear. Do you think you would have a chance of getting inside?
I actually look really good without makeup on and sweatpants.
You are not getting inside, bitch. Just stop. Don't even try to be funny. Just answer the question.
I'm not being funny.
But you would not get into it.
Yeah, realistically
I mean, you don't feel confident without makeup.
No, that's not saying I'm not confident, but realistically, you would not get into a club in Miami is the question.
Listen, you be
Without
outside,
even
don't
heels,
cap.
yeah,
You don't,
you know,
Yeah,
You're
realistically
not getting inside in sweatpants.
It's
Just try
Miami,
it
Florida.
tonight.
It's
Like-
Miami, Florida. It's a Saturday night. All the top artists are there. Do you seriously think that you're going to get inside when we have some of the most attractive women coming here that live here and visiting here from different parts of the world? Do you honestly think you're going to get in with not dressed appropriately, without makeup
Sneakers.
on, extensions, and sneakers? Do you seriously think you're going to get in?
So exactly why was I not allowed to wear makeup?
Please just
That's
answer
not
the question. Would you be allowed into the club? Yes or no?
Sure, I wouldn't be allowed in the club.
Why would you not be allowed in the club? Because you're not
Because it's
presenting yourself in the
superficial.
best light, correct?
Because Miami's superficial.
Fantastic. That's not the
That
point of the
would-
exercise here. But the point I'm trying to demonstrate is you're not going to be let into a top tier club with celebrities there when you're not looking your best and putting out a certain facade to get in. Men have to do the same thing. It's just that it's socially acceptable for women to put up a facade from a look standpoint, enhance their looks, enhance their dressing, etc., to get in and put themselves in certain situations. But if a man does it, oh, what are you doing, etc. What I've come to realize is women want to be able to have a monopoly on deception and being able to have the mystique. But if a man does the same thing, it's a problem. Because realistically speaking, if we're going to be honest here, women's entire presence and way that they deal with the opposite gender is based on deception. Makeup, heels, extensions, nails, etc. Very little about a woman is natural beauty in today's day and age, especially when you're competing at the highest levels for the highest value men in venues that are hyper competitive. I gave the club environment to show you an example where a woman has to compete. But in general, men have to do this all the time outside of a club. So do you realistically think a man can just be himself and get an attractive girl? No. They have to put a facade on to a degree. And on top of that, they have to have some work beside the facade to stay attractive.
Okay, I agree with that.
You see my perspective? So it's like everything is a facade to a degree. It's just that when a man does it, women have a point of contention with it, which I find interesting because everything about nature is deceptive in practice. We don't know when you guys have periods. We don't know when you guys are in heat. We don't know what you really look like beneath your makeup. We don't really know what you look like without your waist trainer, etc. Women have way more things that they use to augment the way that they look than men do. You're telling me a guy, oh, just be yourself. I mean, realistically speaking, it doesn't work because most guys don't have the same interests that are in line with females. Most guys want to play video games. They might like sports. They like doing things that are physical in nature. Women typically aren't interested in these things in general. Are some for sure, but in general, most aren't. So some of the worst advice we can give to a guy is be yourself. When in reality, women aren't even themselves.
But that's on
That's
the
like a
first.
fair
That's
point.
a first impression type of thing. Not when you're dating a person and y'all like. That's a first impression type of thing. Because if we're dating, you saw me without makeup. You know my personality. I should know your personality. Like if we're dating and we're already there, we should know each other. It shouldn't be a.
But the original sale
But
is
we're
what
talking
he's
about-
saying.
And I'm
Yeah.
saying first impression.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about cheating, to be cheating, you have to be